is Josue Bessiake, and I'm this week's studio visit artist for I Like Your Work. I'm an artist currently based just about everywhere right now, but this space that I'm in currently is in Detroit, Michigan. For the past about 6 months or so, I've been working as sort of a traveling artist in service of this ongoing project that I've had called The Anatomy of a Home. It's a project where I was just really interested in ideas of domestic living spaces brought on by like this recurring memory of my father. We were growing up, he would always say to me, when you enter this house, you are in Africa, but when you leave this house, that's when you're in America. So after graduating from Montserrat, I decided I kind of want to venture out and see how I can better understand home, what it means for me, and what it means for other people. So Detroit, Michigan, this space here has been sort of the point of origin that I return to, or a place that I just go in between any sort of residency. So there's a space here and there's a space in Massachusetts that I like to go to. But while I'm here, I like to work on paintings. I was trained in painting at Montserrat College of Art, where I met the great Tim Harney. I can't stop talking about him. I met a lot of great people there. I can name them all off the top of my head, from Lola Coker, Paul Jean, Jesse Kahn, Claudia Valenti, the list goes on. But Tim Harney, the reason why he sticks in my head, I forget Judith Broussard Brown, Masako Kimiya. I just want to make sure I say all their names. But Tim Harney sticks in my head because he gave me a really good piece of advice about this idea of upheaval, and that sort of has been what influences my work right now. Because of my traveling and because of outside factors, I've had to really shift my practice. Instead of working on these large canvases, which are like these large undertakings, I switched to more just works on paper and trying to combine all these different disciplines. Like I'm really interested in working with charcoal and collaging and making my own paint. So now, instead of working with palettes, I have these jars that I've been using where I'll mix some sort of color that I like, or colors that I think I'll use in a painting. I'll throw them on some paper, and then I'll just get to work, and I'll sort of just get it so I'm getting through this sense of upheaval, and it gets rather difficult. But it's that point where you get past the upheaval that I feel is where the real magic happens, and I think that's what Tim was really telling me at that time. While I'm also here, I have this workbench. So along with my traveling exploits for my ongoing project, what I've been doing is collecting different pieces of homes that I've been invited into and making these assemblages with them. So I'll turn the camera for you so you can see the workbench. Hopefully, oops, there we go. Hopefully you guys can see this here. So I have this workbench where I'll collect these different items. I have, I think this was all from, some of these are in when I was in Massachusetts. Some of these are little pieces, little knickknacks I grabbed while I was in Texas and Canada. So while I was in Texas, I worked on these small little mini houses. The idea was to make these sort of small houses out of dilapidated spaces and have it so that someone could have a house in their pocket. Now, unless they're making industrial sized pockets, I don't know if anyone's fitting this in there, but it was just a small idea nonetheless. And I just wanted these mini things that someone could carry around with them. And then I started working with different fabrics and materials and fabricating my own materials. Like I really like this idea of using paint skins and like this idea of using like the flesh of a house to sort of make these assemblages that I've been working on. The large undertaking that I've had here has been this painting. It's been a real, this is where the upheaval is really happening for me. You guys can see that here. But this has been sort of at the framework of my mind. So while I'm traveling, it's mostly just been a process of collecting items. Here, I'll turn the camera back around here. Here we go. So my workflow, my studio practice has been a process of collecting things. I started journaling just because out of necessity, because I just have so many ideas in my head all the time. But now, whenever I'm able to come back here, I'm able to work on these painting ideas that I'll be sort of festering on in my head. And now it's a much more direct approach, because I never know how long I'm going to be in this, in this solid space. So I try and just get as direct as possible with my work. So now I'm starting to working with this palm sander and sort of adding a whole bunch of things to the paper, sanding it all back down, and just seeing what happens. And sometimes I'll arrive at a painting that I think is really interesting, or for the most part, it ends up being this big mess that I have to fix. But it's a fun process nonetheless. So yeah, that's been my studio practice as of late. There's a script here. I sort of forget what I'm supposed to say at the end. Here it is, so I'll read it off. Thank you for touring my studio with I Like Your Work. You can find more of my work at my personal website, josuebessiake.com. And you can also look at my Instagram, same name, Josue Bessiake. You can read the full interview about my practice on iLikeYourWorkPodcast.com/studio visit. Okay, I think that was good. All right, thank you.